Hi.
Hello, David. I'll come back and speak to you in a minute. I'll just introduce the class to everybody who's watching and then we'll say hi to each other, okay?
Perfect.
All right, welcome everybody to this Verbling class. My name is Amy and today's class is one of the classes in my series called Around the World in 80 Days. So what we do is that we read an article about somewhere in the world. Today our topic is Portugal. And we find out a little bit about the country. We talk about our experiences, if any of us have been there, and we also read about it. So today we're learning about Portugal and one of the most famous wines that has come from there, which you can probably figure out for yourself. We'll be practicing our reading skills, we'll be improving our pronunciation, and also learning some vocabulary. So do come along and join us if you would like to. Before we actually get started with the class, I just want to tell you a little bit about two helpful pages that I'm going to post here in the chat box. These are related to Verbling. So the first one is my Facebook page. That's my Verbling Facebook page. Do go and like me if you want to stay in touch with any updates that I post. Just to keep in touch informally so we can write each other messages and you can get in touch with other students, see what kind of information I post. If there's anything especially interesting, I'll put it up there for you. So it's a good place just to keep in touch with what's going on. The other page, which is very handy for finding out a little bit more information about things, is the Verbling teacher page. So if you take a look at mine, you'll see some information about me as a teacher. You'll also see my calendar, which is both for upcoming classes, which is what we're in now. This is a class where more than one student participates. And they're pre-prepared, like pre-planned, so you can see what the topics are and what we're going to be doing. You'll also see the calendar that I have for private tutoring sessions. So if I'm not teaching in a class, I am available for private one-on-one sessions, which are where you can just have a session just with me and you. So you may want to use that for something to prepare for an exam, or if you just want to use that as a backup to any classes you attend, it's totally up to you. So do check that out, see if any slots are free in my schedule. If there aren't any free slots, do write me a message, because sometimes I can fit you in at some other point, depending on my availability. What you'll also see on the Verbling teacher page is a blue button which says follow. You can follow teachers to get automatic notifications. And you can write us a message if you have any questions about anything, you're not sure how the tutoring works, or you just want to find out something more about me, or you have a question about something else, just write to me on the messaging feature and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so with all that behind us, let's see who we've got today. So first of all, we had David was here first. Oh, who was here first? Yeah. We have two Davids, so we'll just try and distinguish between them. David, who was here first, please remind me, which part of Spain are you from?
I'm from Galicia, the northwest of Spain.
All right.
You know, the Iberian Peninsula is a set, Spain and Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the north of Portugal.
Above, yeah, north of Portugal rather than in the
Yes,
north. Because if you
exactly.
say in the north, it's like you're actually in Portugal. All right, great. Well, David from Galicia, that's what I'm going to call you today, okay? Just so that we don't get confused between you and David from Colombia. Is that okay?
Nice.
All right, so David from Galicia, how's your studying going? Have you got any exciting news? Are you making progress with your English?
Yes, since I joined in Berlin, I think I'm more fluent. I can speak more fluent, and I'm learning a lot of vocabulary. And most important, I understand better not only American English. I'm more accustomed because movies, series.
Yeah.
I'm learning to understand people from every part of the world, different
That's
accents, Russian accents, African accents. So for me, it's fantastic in that way. My listening, my comprehension is increasing.
excellent. That's really great to hear, David. I'm very glad.
Thank you so
Welcome
much.
to the class. Welcome to the class. Okay, so now we're just going to go in order so don't miss anybody out. So I'll say hello to Allah. How are you, Allah?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, teacher?
I'm very well, thanks. And tell me a little bit about your last few days or the last week, Allah. What have you been doing?
Uh, Nothing special, really. It was usual working days and normal weekend also.
Hmm.
Um, I can't say anything special.
Just ticking over. Everything was ticking over.
Uh-huh.
That just means that normal plans. And how have you been doing with your studying? Has it been going well?
Yeah, it's going okay. I think there is a progress, but still in speaking, still I need some more confidence and some courage
Yeah.
to improve my speaking.
All right. Well, keep going with it, Allah. And the thing about speaking, and I think that the key thing about learning a language is that you just have to keep going. You have to do it
Mhm.
regularly and you have to do it often and for a long time, and then you get there. It's
Mhm.
just a case of perseverance mostly. So keep going with it. Hope you enjoy your time here with us on
Mhm.
Verbally.
Of
And
course,
welcome to the
thank you.
class.
Thank you.
All right. So hello to Antonio.
Hello, hello.
Antonio, have we met before? I don't recognize your picture.
Now, it's my first class with you.
Wonderful. Well, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And tell me about your picture. Is that you as a Viking?
Yes, it's a photo. It's me, but a friend passed to me this photo modified, and I liked it. And well, I put here in Berlin.
Very cool. I like it. You're touching the
Thank you.
stars, Antonio.
I'm sorry.
You're touching the stars.
Yes, I think the star is my level. Is my uh, objective in English. Then I'm looking for I try to give to get the start to get the improve my English.
Excellent. All right. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Who else do we have here? We have Asma. Welcome, Asma. It's good to see you. I don't. Have you overcome the problem that you were having last week with connections or whatever?
Yeah. Hi, how are you, teacher? Nice to see you. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Maybe Amy crashed down. She's frozen. Yeah. Hi again, Amy.
Hi guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Suddenly I was just checked out. That hasn't happened for so long. I thought it was not happening again. Oh, how disappointing. Anyway, sorry, I'm now back and I was just about to say hello to Asma. So,
No
Asma, tell
problem.
me, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I was just asking you if your connection problems were doing okay and mine were terrible. Um, So did you manage to resolve that problem that you had last week?
Yeah. Now it's okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
think it's
great.
a common problem between all students. Maybe there
All
are
right.
many lucky students who can join the class or other classes, but I don't know. It's our the control of Verbling. It's problem by Google, I think.
Uh-huh, I see. Yeah, occasionally Google does have problems. I suppose that's to be expected. It has so many users. Well, anyway, I'm very glad that it's sorted so that we can speak to each other again. So, how's your studying going, Asma?
Yeah, I think with the Verblink it will be okay, and I feel that I uh, I I am able to speak more fluent than before, and it's very good that we have a variety of classes and many teachers that you can take. I think each one of teachers have advantages, and we can we can take. I can say like this. I can take his advantages or his quality
Yeah,
uh, on teaching. Yeah.
absolutely, that's great. Great feedback to hear. Thank you, Asma, and I'm glad that you're benefiting from it. That's great news. Welcome.
Thank
Who else do we have here? So David, we said hi to from Galicia. So David from Colombia, how are you doing?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Tell me about any news. Have you got any news?
Any news? Uh, no, I don't know. Just normal, relaxing. This week I start the college.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow I have class and I start again to study and all of the stuff.
Right, well, good luck. And are you ready to go back? Have you had a break and feel refreshed?
Yeah, I come back with more energy, more positive
Good.
energy.
That is good. I think that's the whole point of a holiday, so it's been successful. Yay! All right, well, welcome to the class, David. Good to see you. Harry, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really
Excellent.
great. Yeah.
Tell me a bit about what you've been doing in the last few days. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, I did watch uh, news, but not the news which we normally think about it. It's the news about cooking, about food, because we spoke about food the last
Mm-hmm.
in the past. So I thought I
Mm-hmm.
have to watch more about this topic. So I watched uh, mo how can I say it? When someone is in front of many people and they have yeah, a speech. I watched many speeches
Mm-hmm.
where people tells something about a special topic, and I like it very much because now I understand them much better, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I speak more English in my mind than German right now. Yeah.
Excellent. That's great, Harry. Great news. Did you watch those on the internet or on TV?
I broadcast it from my laptop. I can do it with Chromecast, and I broadcasted it on my big flat TV. So
Ah, excellent. So kind of both in a way.
yeah, it's really
Um,
great. Yeah,
I was just wondering, Harry, if you were talking about TED Talks. I just wanted to mention them. Is that what you were watching?
yeah, and the last time I watched Jamie Oliver, he's a
Mm-hmm.
chef,
Mm-hmm.
and
Of course, I know him.
he spoke about obesity,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really great how you can learn from them and I feel more confident. Before, uh, I was far away from their speaking, but
Yeah.
now I'm closer to them, and yeah.
Excellent. That's great news. Well, it's all such great news from all of you guys. A couple more people have arrived since we started saying hi, so I'll say hello to Adela. How are you, Adela?
Fine, thanks. I'm for asking.
And how's life going? Is it hot where you are?
More or less. 30,
Yeah,
30 degree. Celsius
30
degree.
degrees. Definitely the
More.
midsummer now. Well, welcome to the class, Adela. It's great to have you. And we'll also say hello to Ali.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Ali. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great.
Good. How's your English studying going? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not have a free time to take more classes. I need to improve my language very quickly.
Okay, you've got a time limit?
Yeah. I don't have a free time to more talk, and actually I need to improve my language very quickly.
All right.
That's
Well,
all.
let's hope that we can help you with in today's class and the other classes that you attend today, Ali. So, all right, guys, everybody welcome. And today's topic is Portugal. We're actually going to be looking at a famous wine that comes from Portugal. So, first of all, I just want to ask, who has been to Portugal? Has anybody been to Portugal? Nobody?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Adela, I'm imagining that the Spaniards from the class probably have, because it's very near to you. Tell me, Adela, what's Portugal like? What kind of a country is it?
It's a very beautiful country. The last summer, I'm going to Azores. It's Portugal too.
Mm-hmm.
Azores Island is very spectacular. They are volcans. They are plants very important, very big. This laurisilva. This is a specific trees, very very beautiful. And this summer I'm going to Madeira. This is another to the Portugal island.
Okay.
I
And
like.
why
Where
do
you
you
are
like
going
going
for?
there? Pardon?
Sorry. Where you are going for this summer?
Madeira. Madeira is another island in Portugal.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Adela. Let's ask David from Galicia. Have you been to Portugal? You're just above it on the map.
Yes, I have been in Lisbon
Mm-hmm.
twice,
Yeah.
but more than 10 years ago, so I don't remember very much.
Fair
And I have
enough.
been in the border.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have to drive 2 hours from my home.
Yeah.
So some weekend on Sunday I say, okay, let's go to Portugal. And one day traveling road movie, and I like it.
All right. Well,
In
I'm glad.
especially in Spain, in Galicia, we have uh, our own language, Galician, which
Mm-hmm.
is very similar to Portuguese. So
Is that right?
we can understand better than other Spanish people to Portuguese people speaking,
Ah,
and
that's very
Brazilian as
interesting.
well. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, David. That's very interesting. All right. So apart from our classes Spaniards, has anyone else been to Portugal before? No? All right. Well, I've never been either, so we're all right. We've got Adela and David to be our Portugal guides this lesson. What I'm going to do is start off by reading a little bit about it, just as the country in general. like we usually do in this series, so that we can find out something about other places around the world. So I'm going to paste that into the chat box. And I'm going to ask Allah if you could please read. Can you see what I've just posted into the chat box there?
Can you use the Google Chat, please?
Sure. Just a second. There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, start.
Off you go.
Okay. Portugal, officially the Portuguese Republic, is a unitary semi-presidential republic. It's located in the southwestern Europe on the Iberian Peninsula and it is the westernmost country of mainland Europe, being bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west and south and by Spain to the north and east. Aside from continental Portugal, the Portuguese Republic holds sovereignty over Atlantic archipelagos of Azores and Madeira, which are autonomous regions of Portugal. The country is named after its second largest city, Porto, whose name derives from Latin portus and Celtic cal. The land within the borders of the current Portuguese Republic has been continually fought over and settled since prehistoric times, first by the Celts and the Romans, followed by the Visigothic and Suebian domination, and later by the Muslim Moorish, who were eventually expelled during the Christian reconquista of the peninsula. By 1139, Portugal established itself as an independent kingdom from Galicia. In the 15th and 16th centuries, as the result of pioneering the Age of Discovery, Portugal expanded Western influence and established the first global empire. Becoming one of the world's major economic, political, and military powers, and ultimately dividing the world with Spain.
Beautifully read. Thank you, Allah. All right, so there you go. We've just found out why Galician and Portuguese have so much in common. Right, David?
Yes.
Did everybody understand that? Are there any questions about anything in there? So we had a little bit of history. Obviously, there's quite a few words which are talking about different peoples. But apart from that, did we understand everything, guys? Yes, I'll take the silence as a yes. Okay. Just say hi quickly to Bruno. Hey, Bruno.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Welcome to the class. We're talking about Portugal today.
Yeah, nice topic.
Have you been to Portugal?
No, never, but I want to.
Yeah, I'm sure. Where are you from, Bruno? Remind me.
I'm from Brazil.
I thought that. I didn't want to assume. Sometimes I do get a little bit confused. But anyway, so how different is Portuguese from your Brazilian version of Portuguese?
Oh man, a lot. Because, you know, in Brazil we have some African, not accent, but some African words and some Indian words. So, and it's a big country. So, you know, the language has so many differences between every single region.
Absolutely.
But, you know, sometimes I think when someone speaks in Spanish easier than someone who speaks in Portuguese from Portugal.
Is that right? My gosh, that's really different.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's amazing how history shapes everything. Language, culture, and okay, so we're going to read about Portugal today. So I'm going to do a screen share. What we will do is take it in turns to read a little section, So you can really focus on your pronunciation and see if you can read as well as Allah just read. If you get stuck on anything, I will help you. We'll pause after every paragraph also just to check that we're following what everybody's saying. There's a really lovely picture there which just looks gorgeous. And we're going to get started with Adela, please, from there.
There were 9 musicians in all playing horns, guitar, accordions, and that if you didn't count the rest of us, improvising artful sounds with hand, feet, and lips. The rain clapped down off the street next to us, but we danced on the impromptu gypsy music under the protection of the one of Lisbon's many arcade roof. It was one of those magical, spontaneous nights that could only have manifest at that exact place at time. Smiles were all around, but my friend Joana Teixeira, a Lisbon native, looked pensive.
One more piece, please, Adela. Yeah, just this little extra bit.
Okay. None of these musicians are Portuguese, she lamented. Portugal used to be a great country. We had so much talent and so much power. Now we've lost everything.
Thank you, Adela. Lovely reading. Just a couple of words just with the vowel sounds to watch out for. So this one here is arcade.
Okay, arcade.
Yes, this one is spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
So rather than spontaneous, spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yes, that's better. Well done. And then Portuguese has quite a long E sound at the end here. Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Yeah,
Portuguese.
that's great.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Adela. Right, guys, so that's a bit of an introduction. Any questions about vocabulary, first of all?
I do.
Yep.
When it says improvising artful sounds, what is the meaning of artful?
Good question. Firstly, do you know what improvising is?
I guess so. For instance, doing something that we were not expecting to do.
Yes, beautiful description. So when you're talking about music, use the word improvising or improvisation to basically say that you're not following any music. You're not reading the music and playing. You're kind of making it up as you go along. And it's great fun. So we'll go now to the next bit that you were asking about, artful sounds. Can you have any guesses at this?
Artful sounds with hands. Maybe it's the sounds that don't we don't make with our voice, just with our arms, legs, feet, etc. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're on the right lines. There's not really a specific a set correct answer for this, Bruno. Basically, I think it just means that the music, or you can't really call it music because if you're using your hands, feet, and lips, perhaps you're just making noise.
Rich,
yeah. Yeah, so it's like music sort of sounds, nice sounding sounds, not noise, but artistic, something like that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When it says the rain clapped down, it means that it just rained. No.
Yes, it means because we're talking about music. The writer has given us a very nice word. You can say the rain is it's clapping it down outside, which basically means like the rain is very heavy. But because he's used the word clap, it ties in nicely with the idea of music, right? Because clapping is this. So it gives the idea. Yeah, clapping is the sound, but also the movement when you
Like a
put your hands
song.
together.
The
Yeah,
rhythm is like a
exactly.
song. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Impromptu, teacher?
Sure. Does anyone know what impromptu means?
No.
No
Have a
one?
rove, a gypsy
Like
rove, no?
Yes, it could be Adela. It could be talking about that, but actually,
Maybe.
impromptu has its own meaning here.
It's kind of
Nobody?
music.
No, it's not a kind of music. It means simply unplanned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means that it was not planned.
From this in the animals is when an animal see someone think is your father or mother. It is same you have in your nature, I think, no, in prompt.
I'm not sure what you mean there, Adela. I don't think it's the same as what you're talking about. Because this here, impromptu, it comes from, if you look at the word prompt, a prompt is something that sort of incites you to do something, right? If you forget, somebody can prompt you, remind you. Impromptu means that there's nothing inciting you to do it. It's totally unplanned.
Teacher, so it's synonym with improvising?
It's very, very close to improvising, exactly. Yeah. Alright, so you're getting the idea of what kind of event this is. Any other questions? No? Alright, so Adela, could you just tell me what did you read? What basically did you read? What's happened so far? Where are we? Who are we with?
About people, musicians in Portugal.
Yep.
They are not Portuguese
Mm-hmm.
because they are very or many people not Portuguese that use the music or musician in the street, etc. I think.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Lovely explanation. All right, so Ala, you've read the beginning for us, so we'll go straight to Ali now. Ali, could you continue reading here from To an Outsider?
Teacher, please, can I ask about lamented?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry. Let's go back here. Lamented. Where is it? She lamented. Can anyone explain what does lamented mean?
She regret.
Yeah, she's not happy
Absolutely.
because there is not, in her thinking, a good, great country anymore.
Absolutely. Both of those are correct. So she regrets it, she's not happy, she's sad about what she's saying, basically.
Other word can I have manifested?
Manifested, sure. Manifested here. What does manifested mean? Anybody?
Just a second.
To say.
To appear?
Show.
Like a
Yep,
show.
something like that. Show, appear,
Give to understand something.
No, it's not to understand something. It means to actually happen. To happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Okay.
you could say that could have only happened at that exact place and time. All right. Shall we carry on, guys? So Ali, if you could read here from To an Outsider.
To an outsider, the birthplace of the musician seemed irrelevant, but her concern had deeper roots. It was about a nation that was once one of the most powerful on the earth, managing a colonial empire that has left some um, 20, 250 million Portuguese speakers worldwide in its work, and losing much of its influence in the world, and much more recently falling a victim to economic disaster.
Thank you, Ali. Beautiful. All right, this one here is musicians.
Yes, musicians.
Great. It's a soft C, like a sh sound. And this one is wake.
Wait,
Great. Well done.
like a sea. So, the sea, huh?
Pardon?
It's right. It's like the sea, but it's only like
Yeah.
a river.
Yes, you mean this word here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. The wake is like the little wave that comes behind a boat on the sea or on a river. Very good. You can actually see it in that picture there, coincidentally. Behind the boat, you can see the wake there. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
I do.
Yeah.
When it says Portuguese speakers worldwide, worldwide is like, you know, around the world or connected, something like that.
Yes. It means
Yeah.
all over the world. All over the world,
Uh,
Bruno.
okay. Yeah.
Teacher, what means irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant, yeah.
Can anyone explain that?
Yes,
Not related.
it's two
Yes.
other not related to each other.
Yep. No. Okay. Do you know what related is?
Related?
Yeah, so irrelevant
Okay.
means has nothing to do with, not connected.
Okay.
Not connected to. Any other questions?
Yes, deeper roots. Deeper
Sorry,
roots.
deeper roots. Deeper roots. Can anyone explain? I'd like to ask someone just to give me a little a summary in their own words, because this deeper roots really is related to or relevant to the whole paragraph. Who would like to give me a little summary of this paragraph and explain what deeper roots means?
She is concerned about more important issues than the birthplace of the musicians. So the other deeper roots are more important concerns.
Thank you, David. That was beautiful. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's like roots that root causes of any something.
Yes, exactly. So the roots literally are what you have from like a plant under the ground. But here, metaphorically, what we're talking about is the source of something or the really deepest part of something. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Antonio, it's your turn to read this one here from Searching for a Legacy.
Okay. The next morning, the trains were on strike, a fairly typical experience in this new, modern-day Portugal, but I was determined to catch one of the few buses traveling from Lisbon to the city to Porto, home to the fortified dessert wine that made Portugal's second city world famous. Considering port wine's high price tag and widespread uh, avail- oof, availability around the globe, it seems to be one of the few remaining marks Portugal continues to make in the world.
Great. Thank you. Okay, Antonio, you had a couple of tricky words here. This one here is determined.
Determined. Determined?
Determined.
Determined.
Good. Yeah, that's better. This one is fortified.
Fortified.
And then last one here, this one you did really well. You figured it out in the end. Availability.
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 Availability. Availability.
Perfect. Yes, well done. Excellent. All right. Okay, so questions.
Yeah, fortified.
Fortified. What does fortified mean? Anybody?
With walls prepared for the war, like a castle, for example. A castle is fortified.
That's correct. And what does the actual word mean inherently? You're right. What's another word that we could use instead of fortified, for example?
With a wall.
With a wall, yes, but why? What does the wall do?
Defender?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with the example. I'm kind of thinking of the word strengthened here. It basically means the same as strengthened. To fortify something. And you're absolutely right that you would have fortified a fortified castle basically means the castle is strengthened by doing something, building a wall or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions?
I do.
Yeah.
Where? Okay, here. The next morning, the trains were on strike. When it says on strike, it means that the trains were coming out. They were coming out of the station, the subway, or something like that.
Nope, it doesn't
Nope.
mean that, Bruno. No. Does anyone know what on strike means?
They are not working for a reason.
Yep, exactly.
What?
It means that the workers.
Demonstration?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
what?
Let me explain it to you, Bruno. And if you strike or if you're on strike, it means that you refuse to do your job because you want the government to listen to you, or you want somebody to listen to you, give you more money or improve your working conditions. So you strike. It means that you refuse to go to work, and you probably do a demonstration like, "We want more money," or something like that.
Yeah, like a protest.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. You protest by not going to work, basically.
It means they were not working.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's continue, guys. Antonio just read. So it's Asma's turn from Little Did I Know.
Okay. Little did I know, even Portugal. Yeah. Even Portugal's most famous export has rich roots. Port is produced from grapes grown in the Douro Valley and aged in Vila Nova de Gaia, a city just a short walk across the Douro River from Porto. When it was first developed in the 60th century, it was light and dry. The rich, sweet wine we know today was conceived in in 1703 when the Mephian Treaty between Portugal and England ensured that wine from Portugal would be less heavily taxed than wine from France.
Thank you,
This
Asma.
result,
Asma, I'll just get you to stop there because we're running short on time. I just want to give everyone a chance to read, but thank you. I'll be back to you in a sec. I'll get Bruno to read the second half of this. This resulted.
Okay. Where of the 90%?
Here we go.
Is that? Yeah.
No, this one here. This resulted in.
Oh, okay. This resulted in heavy English investment and stronger regulation. And in order to ensure the wine would keep well on the long journey to Britain, producers began fortifying the wine using aguardente liquor produced from grape must give import its high alcohol content, 18 to 20%, and distinct flavor.
Thank you, Bruno. Thanks, both
You're
of you.
welcome.
Okay, so Asma, first of all, well done. You had some numbers to deal with. This one is actually 16th. It sounded a little bit like 60th, but try 16th.
Yeah. Yeah. 16. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this.
that's better. 16th.
60.
Perfect. All right, now this is something that you just need to remember as a rule. If you have a date, a year, with a 0 here before, i.e. the first 10 years of the new millennium, you're in the first 10 years, we pronounce it as an O. Don't ask me why. It makes more sense to say 0, but you won't hear anybody say that. We pronounce it 1703, okay?
Okay. Just about O3, I think that when you give a number of phone, that's why.
Yes, it's the same, Asma, you're right. If there's a 0 in a phone number, we most often say O. So 021367924. You're absolutely right, yeah. This one here is conceived, Asma.
Conceived.
Very good. All right, now Bruno, your reading was beautiful. Just one word. This is liquor.
Liquor.
Perfect. Excellent. All right, any questions, guys, about this little paragraph here?
Just a second. Conceived means produced.
It means not produced. Does anyone know what conceived means?
Something imaginary.
Imaginary? Yes. Okay, so yes, that's very connected. Not quite.
Concept means the concept.
The conception. The conception. Yes, it means something began. When it first began. So it can be an idea. You're right. It can be something from your imagination was first conceived, like the first time it popped into your head, or it can be something actually taking place, as in this example. Any other questions?
Nope.
No. All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah, yes, I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, Breton is a city, or it's called England, like British.
Yeah. Britain is another name for the United Kingdom, the country.
But I hear to I know British or England.
So British, so the difference basically is that if you say British, you're referring to Great Britain. If you say English, you're referring to the actual country of England, which is part of Great Britain. So Great Britain is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland together.
Yeah. Britain is the past. In the past is called Britain. United Kingdom of England is called Britain in the past. You mean?
In the past?
Yeah, it's called Britain.
Ah, I see what you mean, because we have English here as well. Yes, they're often used interchangeably. But in the past, it was a bit different, so things have changed. Yeah, it's just, if you hear English, it's referring to the country of England, right? But if you hear British, it's just referring to the British Isles, that's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
So David from Galicia, could you read the antiport?
Okay. The antiport. Portugal's most famous sport may be port wine, but its most common is Vinho Verde, a wine produced in the Minho region. which begins about 30 kilometers north of Porto. Yet, for nearly its entire history, Vinho Verde vines are so ancient that Seneca the Younger and Pliny the Elder both referenced the grapes as far back as 96 before Christ. The wine was nearly impossible to find outside of Portugal. Now, because of its affordable price tag and refreshing taste, Vinho Verde is finally starting to make a name for itself abroad.
Beautiful, thank you. I'm going to get David from Colombia to continue reading, and then we'll come back to talk about it in a sec. Go ahead, David. You there? No? All right, well, he's not there, so let's talk about your section. That was lovely, lovely reading, David. Just one comment here. This is vines, grapevines.
Grapevines.
Yes. That's the plant that the grapes, well, a grape plant, basically. All right, so any questions about this little paragraph?
Ancient. What is that?
Ancient, ancient.
Very,
ancient.
very old.
Yeah,
Very
beautiful.
what?
Well done.
Old?
Yes.
Very old?
Old. Very old.
So can I call someone as, ancient?
You can, but it would be a bit offensive.
Polite way? Oh, offensive. Okay.
Yeah, so if you say, oh my gosh, she's ancient, it's not a very nice thing to say. Don't say it in front of them.
Okay.
Any other questions? No?
No.
Let's see if David from Colombia, are you there still or are you gone?
Affordable? What means affordable? It's affordable price.
Affordable, Asma, affordable.
Affordable.
Yes. What does affordable mean, anybody?
Reasonable.
Good price means?
Yes, a reasonable price. Absolutely, I'll combine those two to give you, because it's not just reasonable. It's to do with money, and it's basically it means that a price that you are able to pay, something not too expensive, as opposed to port. Does anyone here love drinking port? Port wine that's mentioned here. Anyone a big fan?
I love wine,
No?
but I'm not sure if I have had port wine.
It's a lot stronger, Bruno, because it's obviously fortified. Haha. So yeah, it's actually really lovely flavour. I love it. Not that I drink it hardly ever, but still.
So you get drunk easily.
Yes, you do, because it's quite high in alcohol. It says here it's 18 to 20%, which is reasonably high. Yeah. And I never knew about the history of port, so it's quite interesting to find this out. You can read a lot more about it, guys, in the rest of the article today, which we haven't quite got time to finish, but you've all done really beautifully with your reading. Yes, that's right, Adela, we can use it to cook. It really is great to put in sauces and stuff. You're right. I'm just going to say, David, are you there, or have you gone? David from Colombia. I think he's gone. He's gone to get a coffee, which I can't blame him. So what I'm going to do, just to make it fair, guys, is to let you know that I've got to go now because I've got another speaking class coming up. If you want to come and practice your speaking with me, come along to the next class on manners. I want to find out all about being polite or being impolite in your culture and what you think of other cultures. Other than that, really well done for some great reading today, and I think we've covered quite a bit of new vocab, so don't forget to take a note of that and maybe check the chat box for any comments about words that are new for you. But well done, everybody. Take care. I hope to see you soon, and have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you for
All
the
right,
class.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey,
Goodbye.
Amy.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Amy. Is it Amy?
Yes.
Yeah, Amy. Can you send me the link?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just paste it into the chat box for you guys. There we go. Can you see it there? That's not the right link. That's the Google Hangout link.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the right link.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
No worries.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.